Good basketball players know that the key is in the footwork. But what happens when you can't use your feet? In our next segment, reporter Adrina Begas showcases a local, fast-paced basketball team who can dribble, shoot, and pass just like the pros without ever having to leave their seats.
It's played by people all over the Bay Area, at parks, school gyms, community centers, and universities. But there's one place where it's played on wheels. The Tampa Bay Strong Dogs are a Division III competitive wheelchair basketball team serving the greater Tampa Bay area. With the support of Hillsborough County Parks, Recreation and Conservation Department and the James A. Haley Veterans Hospital Adaptive Sports and Fitness Program, the Strong Dogs are able to break down the stereotypes of disabled athletes, giving all wheelchair users the opportunity to practice competitive wheelchair basketball in a supportive and fun atmosphere.
This is All People's Life Center, which is a center for people with disabilities. We have an adult wheelchair basketball team that has made it to the national championships the last 2 years. So we have lots of things going on. We're very proud of our athletes, not only for the awards that they have won, but for their effort and determination.
The Strong Dogs join over 250 athletes at the All People's Life Center in Tampa to show ordinary people that they should be seen for their ability, not their disability. While Kenji rolls into practice, his teammates start stretching to prepare for 90 minutes of sprints, drills, and scrimmage.
We sweat a lot. I mean, the up and downs, I got to understand that our legs are our arms. We got so many up and downs. We have so many layup drills. During the game, you're going to use that skill. The old saying is, practice the way you play because you're going to play the way you practice. Well, that's where the structure comes in, and we'll do this for 10 minutes, do this for 10 minutes, and scrimmage at the end on what we've learned.
All right, Rick, let's go. Run it, run it, run it. Run it! Wheelchair basketball is harder than it looks because, one, you have to push a wheelchair and bounce a ball at the same time, or catch a ball, or shoot a ball. So you're doing more than one thing at a time.
Whether they're on the sideline or in the starting lineup, what motivates these hoopsters to get on the court week after week?
I can't get basketball out of my blood. I've been playing since I was 11 or 12, 1977. And I ran into somebody in 1992. Oh, you use a wheelchair. Would you like to come out and play basketball with us? Well, sure, why not, So I went out there, and I fell in love with it right away.
We got to practice hard to keep our arms strong, because that's how you're going to push. That's how you're going to get into the lane. That's how you're going to, make a layup or make a two-pointer or a three-pointer. It's just like running. But we're in wheelchairs. Basketball players bang in the middle. We bang with our chairs. Come see how it is in wheelchair. They'll go, ooh, now I know.
As members of the National Wheelchair Basketball Association, the Strong Dogs compete with teams across the state and throughout the nation. Teams such as the Miami Heat Wheels are bussed and prepare for the weekend-long tournaments. Wheels have to be pumped, and players have to be pumped.
We're a team, guys. We're not individuals. So if somebody makes a mistake, we get over it and we move on.
Even when I first started coming with him to practices, I was just like, I used to be like, oh my God, every time he'd tires hit each other or somebody'd fall out of a chair. Now I'm like, oh, they'll be okay. I love watching him play basketball. It's just who he is, and he's a totally different person when he plays basketball than when he is at home. If you love sports in general, it's not that much different. I tell people all the time, you cannot look at the wheelchair and go, oh, feel sorry for them. Because most of these guys are more active than most able-bodied men I know.
Whether they're practicing or playing competitively, the Strong Dogs all have one thing in common: basketball. But they each have their own personal stories to tell.
The first thought in my head was a bunch of, handicapped people in wheelchairs just barely even moving, shooting and missing, the goal. And I was wrong. I went out and played, and I was like, wow, some of the best athletes I ever played. Not only just playing sports, it's the whole camaraderie that comes with it, I had lost that too, because I felt like I was alone. You know, like being disabled, you know, you feel like the whole world is pretty much shut you off now. Getting into basketball, it was just that outlet I needed. It was actually better than any therapy that I ever took, you know. So I believe that these sports is what help people. I mean, it changes lives. I've seen it. You know, I've seen kids come who had just got in their chair, and you can see the despair in them. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just want to give up life. You know what I'm saying? After a year or two of playing this game, it's a totally different person. They get that fire, that passion for living again.
What seems like just a game is a way of life for these athletes. Their competitiveness, dedication, community involvement, and their disabilities make them a pillar of strength in Tampa Bay.